Andrew Johnson, the 17th President of the United States, served from 1865 to 1869, following the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. His life and presidency were marked by significant controversy and pivotal moments in American history. This biography delves into his early life, political career, presidency, and legacy, highlighting the complexities and challenges he faced. Early life and background. Andrew Johnson was born on December 29, 1808, in Raleigh, North Carolina, into a poor family. His father, Jacob Johnson, worked as a porter at an inn and died when Andrew was only 3 years old. His mother, Mary McDonough Johnson, worked as a laundress to support the family. Due to their financial struggles, Johnson received little formal education and was apprenticed to a tailor at the age of 10. Johnson's early years were marked by hardship, but he developed a strong work ethic and a passion for self-education. He taught himself to read and write with the help of his wife, Eliza McArdle Johnson, whom he married in 1827. Eliza was instrumental in encouraging his intellectual growth, and the couple eventually had 5 children. Political rise. Johnson's political career began at the local level in Tennessee. He was elected as an alderman in Greenville in 1829 and then served as mayor from 1834 to 1838. His success in local politics paved the way for his election to the Tennessee House of Representatives in 1835. Johnson's populist approach and advocacy for the working class resonated with many voters. In 1843, Johnson was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, where he served 5 terms. During his time in Congress, he was a staunch supporter of states' rights and the Democratic Party. He opposed measures such as the National Bank and protective tariffs, which he believed favored wealthy interests over the common people. Johnson's political career continued to ascend as he was elected governor of Tennessee in 1853. His tenure as governor was notable for his support of public education and infrastructure improvements. In 1857, he was elected to the U.S. Senate, where he became known for his fiery oratory and unwavering principles. Civil War and Vice Presidency. The outbreak of the Civil War in 1861 posed a significant challenge for Johnson, who was a Southern Democrat with Unionist sympathies. Despite Tennessee's secession from the Union, Johnson remained loyal to the United States and became a prominent Unionist leader in the South. In 1862, President Lincoln appointed him as the military governor of Tennessee, a position in which he worked to restore federal authority and support Unionist efforts. Johnson's loyalty to the Union earned him national recognition, and in 1864, he was selected as Abraham Lincoln's running mate in the presidential election. The choice of Johnson, a Southern Democrat, was intended to promote national unity and garner support from both Northern and Southern Unionists. The Lincoln-Johnson ticket won the election, and Johnson became Vice President of the United States. Presidency and Reconstruction. On April 14, 1865, President Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, and Andrew Johnson was suddenly thrust into the presidency. Johnson faced the monumental task of leading the nation through the tumultuous period of Reconstruction, as the country sought to rebuild and reunite after the Civil War. Johnson's approach to Reconstruction was lenient towards the former Confederate states. He believed in a swift restoration of the Union with minimal federal intervention, advocating for the rapid reintegration of Southern states with minimal punishment. Johnson's policies included the issuance of pardons to many former Confederates and the return of confiscated property. However, Johnson's leniency towards the South and his opposition to civil rights legislation for freed African Americans put him at odds with the radical Republicans in Congress. These Republicans sought to implement more stringent measures to protect the rights of newly freed slaves and ensure a more thorough transformation of Southern society. The conflict between Johnson and Congress came to a head over the issue of the Freedmen's Bureau and the Civil Rights Act of 1866. Johnson vetoed both pieces of legislation, arguing that they represented an overreach of federal authority and infringed upon states' rights. Congress, in turn, overrode Johnson's vetoes, marking a significant defeat for his administration. Impeachment and legacy. The clash between Johnson and the Radical Republicans escalated further with the passage of the Tenure of Office Act in 1867. This act restricted the president's ability to remove certain officeholders without Senate approval. Johnson, viewing the act as unconstitutional, tested its limits by dismissing Secretary of War Edwin M. Stanton, a Radical Republican ally. In response, the House of Representatives impeached Johnson in 1868, charging him with violating the Tenure of Office Act and undermining the authority of Congress. The Senate trial that followed was a historic moment, as Johnson became the first U.S. president to be impeached. The Senate ultimately acquitted Johnson by a single vote, allowing him to complete his term in office. Johnson's presidency left a complex and controversial legacy. His lenient approach to Reconstruction and opposition to civil rights for African Americans hindered efforts to achieve racial equality in the South. The Southern states quickly enacted black codes and other measures to restrict the freedoms of African Americans, leading to a long and difficult struggle for civil rights. Later life and death. After leaving the presidency in 1869, Johnson returned to Tennessee, where he remained active in politics. He unsuccessfully ran for the U.S. Senate in 1869 and the U.S. House of Representatives in 1872. However, he was elected to the Senate in 1875, making a brief return to national politics. Johnson's health declined rapidly, and he died of a stroke on July 31, 1875, just months after taking his Senate seat. Conclusion. Andrew Johnson's life and presidency were marked by significant challenges and controversies. From his humble beginnings to his ascent to the highest office in the land, Johnson's story is one of resilience and determination. However, his presidency, particularly his approach to Reconstruction, left a contentious legacy that continues to be debated by historians. Johnson's tenure serves as a reminder of the complexities and difficulties of leading a nation through a period of profound change and upheaval. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.